Welcome to another episode of Bowls Exposed. I'm joined tonight with Jess Alvaro. Jess, welcome aboard.
Thank you, TJ. Glad to be back.
And Nicole Carey.
Also glad to be back.
Hey, and Nicole, you love this environment, the beach, the waves.
Yeah, that's it.
It seems like home, only Henley. Now we're at Port Elliot.
Yeah, close, sort of.
Very close, geographically nowhere near it,
No.
but a brilliant location nonetheless. So look, hang in there, join with us in tonight's episode. What a fantastic environment, a great show we've got coming ahead for you.
Tonight we're down here at Port Elliot Bowling Club. It's fantastic what this club has done. They've got so many bowlers that are actually bowlers of other clubs.
That's right, Jess. We're here looking at the junior development squad. Lots of up and coming bowlers there.
TJ, I bet you wish you had a team that was half as talented.
Well, I'd argue with that. I don't think that my skip would appreciate me saying we don't have as much talent there. He's pulling out some good shots, but you're right. And these up-and-coming kids, there's a lot of talent that I wouldn't mind harnessing and getting into a side.
We spoke to Jan Lind earlier at Port Elliot Bowling Club, who runs the night hours down there. She spoke that they have that many teams and so many pennant players down there. And why do you think that is?
I would suggest that there are night owl bowlers out there that would make the top side of many clubs that choose to, as we've spoken about time and time again, that want to continue to play with their friends and enjoy, but are very, very talented.
Oh, yes, and a lot of them out there, they take it very seriously. And then there's others that just go out and just have a good time, get out the house.
And that's what it's all about, getting on the green, bowling with some friends, enjoying, having maybe a quiet drink or, Nicole, a bite to eat in the pleasant surroundings, as we've seen show after show at all these great clubs. And Port Elliot here is actually no exception. And I'll be talking about why you should be throwing your hat in the ring for the Australian Open, and that happens mid-year. The prize money's gone up to $250,000 across the event, so plenty of opportunities in singles, pairs and fours. And the South Australian guys actually featured quite heavily
They do.
in last year, so we hope to have more competitors up there, particularly from South Australia, Victoria and the other states. Get up there to the Gold Coast, enjoy the beautiful surroundings and the event that makes the Australian Open so unique to our great country. So we'll talk more about the Australian Open later in the show, but let's have a look what the guys from 5AA and Nova got up to down at the Adelaide Bowling Club.
The explosion of armchair bowls is upon us, with networks across the globe bidding for the rights to televise this epic sport. Bowls Exposed has been flooded with requests from wannabe lawn bowl callers. But in our search for the golden voice of bowls, we've ignored them and gone straight to the top.
Really come to the foreground here in the national titles of the Matt Russell bowling competition, named after his grandfather, the great Matt Russell.
Dan's grabbing a bowl here. He's gone for the purple one. That's an interesting choice of colour, but that's okay.
Dave goes up for the ball, picks it up. He's handling the ball very nicely.
Is it a ball or a bowl? Let's just go with a bowl.
We've got the Kayla Bath here about to roll, and look at the elegance there, and rolls out the back of the hand just gorgeously.
His catchphrase, "This is how I roll, this is how I bowl."
George's debut at Lawn Bowls. Everybody's been talking about him this season.
Steaming in from the long run up, the left-handed legend he is.
That confidence may be short-lived. Let's have a look.
The pitch is playing a little bit green.
Flipper, here he goes. Rolling.
We'll soon find out if he's worth all of the jazz.
Small run up, a bit of a no ball. She's gone real hard, real early.
Rolling.
Distance, not so much a problem. Accuracy is.
Bias is taking it left. He's about to split the gap here. This is looking good.
Looking good, looking good.
Coming back, it's coming back.
It seems like it's on track. Just the right amount of speed.
He's really taken the gap here. Dino loves a gap, and he's gone!
Oh, look at that.
That's a 3-love win to Dean and the Dreamers. Well done, Dean.
I feel like today I've really found my niche in life, so I feel empowered and I feel balanced.
At this stage, it doesn't look like that will be a competitive ball.
Really hate to say that that's not going to be a contender.
So that's really awkward. Sorry about that.
And it rests easily near the white thing. We out.
Bowls. We have a program that come every Friday night. It's the junior development squad from Fleurieu Peninsula.
Yeah, what other sports do you play?
Basketball, cricket.
Well, this game we're about to play is called Spider. So what we do is we grab a bowl and you just have to try and kill the spider.
And nippers.
Tell us what's so great about lawn bowls.
It's a nice non-competitive sport, I guess you could say.
Non-competitive? You were all sort of trying to kill a spider and knock each other's balls out the way.
But it's not too competitive. Like, it's not rough and it's not like football and like.
Yeah, except for the spider. It's pretty rough with the spider. Yeah. Oh, how close did you get to the spider?
Not very.
I thought you nipped its leg a bit.
Maybe.
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah.
You're meant to be facing where the orange pole thing is, and your whole body has to be facing it.
Okay.
And this is where the bias is, so if it's on this side, it's going to be turning this side.
Yep.
And you've got to hold it like that.
Was it your bowl that they got onto the 10?
Yes.
That was pretty impressive stuff.
Well, I learned it from my dad.
You just take a step out like, and then you've got to bend down and...
I heard you got an invitation to play on Thursday night with one of the teams, is that right? From your coach?
Well, they said they were going to cross my dad off and put me on, so probably.
Nice one. How many of these kids do you reckon will end up bowling in a more serious competition?
Well, I would like to see them try out for the school Sepsaza. Hopefully I'll get them into that scheme. Yeah. That's the aim.
Is Helen your coach?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is she a good coach?
Mhm.
Well, there's certainly a lot of laughing going on out there.
Yeah, well, usually the jelly beans come out when we have really good shots.
I did hear about the jelly beans though, is that true? If you do good shots, you get some jelly beans?
I never heard about that.
Helen?
Well, as we mentioned earlier, Jess, you've got your ticket to the Australian Open?
I do, yes. I'm looking forward to it. Get to compete against all those international and national bowlers. I'm looking forward to it.
And you know, the beautiful thing about the Australian Open is it's open to everyone.
It is.
As you said, online registration, you're guaranteed 3 minimum days of high quality, great competition bowls.
Yep, lots of formats to play in. You can play singles, pairs, fours.
And you know what? The introduction this year of the over 60s.
Yep, not quite there yet, but
We've got a couple of years to go.
A couple of years to go, yes.
So, but I tell you what, as I mentioned earlier, the increase in the prize money has gone up to $250,000 spread across these events. Fantastic format, played on some of the best screens that Queensland's got to offer.
They are. They're one of the best screens. And if you happen to make it to the finals, the singles and the pairs, you might even get on TV.
Well, I've heard that it's going to be televised on Fox, the singles and the pairs final.
Yep.
That's something something to look forward to, I should say. And we know that we're always looking to promote that game, and through this, the only bowl show in the world.
The only bowl show.
So look, I hope that more people get on board, go up there. Queensland, beautiful time of the year.
It is, it's beautiful. Mid-June, get away from the coldness in Adelaide or Melbourne, Sydney, and head up north to nice, warm, sunny Queensland.
So, book your annual leave with your boss. If you are retired, get up there, join in the festivities and the fun. There's upwards of 5,000 to 6,000 competitors, and they're looking to get more and more every year. So, jump online, register through the Bowls Australia webpage, and we'll see you in Queensland.
Well, we've travelled an hour and a half from the city all the way down to Port Elliot Bowling Club. Seriously, what's so good about Port Elliot?
Huh?
I'm here at the beautiful Port Elliot Bowling Club with the current president, Phil Hollow. Phil, tell me, how do you get to keep a place as magnificent as this?
It is, Chris. It is fantastic. It's we think one of the premier locations for a bowling club, certainly in South Australia, if not in Australia. It's just fantastic. And that's not just what we say, it's what bowlers from all around Australia say when they come here. It's interesting. We don't own the land, we lease it. Right. So the issue there, is it better to own a property like this, which must be worth millions, or lease it from the council? On balance, in a sense, it's probably better to lease it, because then we would never be in a position where a board or club members would be coerced into selling their land and moving somewhere else.
Yep.
With the council, of course, we have to keep it in the current standard that it is. We're guaranteed 20 years at a time, and that's fine. Then we just renegotiate the lease in 20 years' time.
Yep, sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
On a personal level, Phil, are you still a keen bowler?
I am. I only started bowling about 11 years ago. My mother, who always wanted me to bowl, and I thought at that stage, I'm perhaps a bit young, but I took it up for her sake.
Yep.
Loved it ever since. 11 years here. I bowl luckily in Division 1. We have 7 pennant teams here at Port Elliot, 4 Saturday teams and 3 Thursday teams. It's fabulous competition. You meet some terrific guys and terrific ladies around the place. Whilst it's a bowling club, it is really more now a community club that we bowl at.
Yep.
That's how we view it.
Yep.
It is a club where we invite all members of the community to come and join us on a Friday night for our meals. We'll do up to 250 meals here on a Friday night.
That's
a lot of people
great.
come from the caravan park into here.
Yep.
And of course all of the days that we have competition days, but that's common through all clubs. We have great volunteers, as all clubs do. We have fantastic people who bowl here, as all clubs do. I think what we've got to offer, of course, is this fantastic view. If you have a bad day bowling or a good day bowling, it doesn't matter. You've still got that fabulous view.
Phil's told me there's a lot of the blokes help out in the kitchen, but I'm not seeing too many blokes here at the moment. What's going on, girls? Where's the men?
Out in the bar as per normal with the president.
Oh, here we go. Oh, look at that. I better try a chip, but not.
Oh, yeah, go for it. The hot.
Thank you.
Chip should be.
Thank you. I'm now with Tony Gunnell, and I'm looking up at the Life Members Board there, Tony, and I can see T. Gunnell. What's going on there?
Yes, well, I've been honoured with the club for the work I've done around over the years. There's a lot of people who do hard work too, especially in these sort of clubs where voluntary work is very important.
Definitely.
And I was lucky enough, well, sort of lucky enough to be able to spend the time here and do the gardens and help with the general work that has to be done.
Mate, the place and the surrounds are just magnificent, so have you had anything to do with that? You've done a great job.
Yeah, well, I started off the gardens.
Oh, good on you. You should be proud of what you've done here, Tony.
Yes, it's a great club.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Great. Well, listen, it's been absolutely fantastic down here at beautiful Port Elliot Bowling Club. But boys, I'm sorry, I've just seen a little girlfriend of mine. I've got to go. Thanks very much.
There it is. God, somebody been using this? Anyway, all right, we're here at Port Elliot. Let's go and have a chat to some of the folks. Okay, so we're going to chat with the president, Phil.
Yes.
So we're here to have a chat about on Bowls Exposed. So tell us a bit about your role as president.
I've done this already.
What?
I finished. That was half an hour ago.
Who did this?
Oh, Chris somebody or other just turned up here, and I.
Chris who?
I don't know. Just Chris. And I've been talking to him for half. I don't know where you guys come from.
All right. Okay. All right, we're chatting to the lovely ladies in the kitchen here. So, ladies.
Oh, not again.
Well, we're here chatting with Tony.
I've already done it.
Oh. Well, I guess that's it from me at Port Elliot. He was standing here, wasn't he? Jeez, that's my wife. That's Chris. Chris!
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, didn't he seem distracted in that shoot?
Yeah, he did. I think the heat might have got to him down there a bit.
Tell you what, it's amazing what happens when we're not down and around supervising him 24/7, isn't it?
But I think someone stole his thunder.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen again.
Well, Chris Adams stepped in for him and he did such a great job. What a good sport. Thanks so much, mate.
Hey, I've recently caught up with Colleen Pickett via Skype. Brilliant interview, loved talking with the lady from the Commonwealth Games team for South Africa who's looking to come to Brisbane in the up-and-coming Commonwealth Games, so we look forward to seeing that now. Well, hey, look, thanks for joining us here at Bowls Exposed. I'm joined with Colleen Pickett from South Africa. Colleen, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So, Colleen, you've actually competed in in pairs and singles and had success in both in the 2014 Commonwealth Games.
Yes, unfortunately I lost in the semis and then I played for bronze, and I beat Catherine McMillan for a bronze. So I was very chuffed with that.
When did you join the great game of bowls, and what attracted you to the game?
I was about 21, so I'm just on 43 now, so I've been playing for a couple of years. And it was basically a sport that I grew up with. But funny enough, with my parents playing, I wasn't interested. I didn't actually want to know about, how many shots they dropped on this end, and the whole sort of family talk around the table was always about bowls. And just one day my dad had gone down for a practice, and he said to me, do you want to come with, just try it out and see? And I thought, oh, you know what, let's go try. And I was hooked from the beginning. It was just an amazing experience and a challenge. Every single time you got on the bowling green, it was a challenge. So, and then that's where my bowls started.
What is one of the things that you do contribute towards your ongoing success? What keeps you competitive and gives you that edge?
I think mental strength, trying to be mentally strong on the bowling green and trying to shut out everything that might distract you from, the competitiveness on the green. Because especially in singles, there's nobody to help you. You've got to do it on your own, and make sure that whatever you need to accomplish, you've got to do. You can't blame anybody for your loss or your you can consult with your manager if you want to, but in general it's your decision, so you've got to live with it and make those decisions.
Are there any differences that you've had that would differentiate between, say, South Africa and Australia in our bowls and how we conduct bowls and play?
Just from being, seeing the way you guys operate, and that you guys seem to have your academies and those kinds of things, and maybe possibly also a lot more financial assistance to widen your pool of possible players that you can actually work from.
So are there any programs in place in South Africa that promote the game?
We've got the barefoot bowls. There's a couple of business leagues that take place at different clubs and things, which gets the businessmen sort of on the green after work, and just exposing them and not forcing them to wear all the clothing and the correct shoes. Just trying to get them interested so that it was. To give them exposure to it. We found, especially after Commonwealth Games, that exposure and seeing the players, or being able to see, because we don't get a lot of TV coverage in South Africa. So the fact that we were able to, or people back home could see the coverage, was very good for our sport.
Before we wrap up, 2018 Commonwealth Games, will we see you there?
I hope so. Hopefully to defend our title, we'll definitely try our best to be there. We're going to be in New Zealand now shortly for the Six Nations. So, and then Rudy and I are going to be at the Warilla at the World Indoor after that as well. So, yeah, looking forward to that.
Beautiful. Well, hey, best of luck with that. Wish you all the best of success. And look, thanks very much for joining us on Bowls Exposed.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Hey, and some Facebook comments, guys.
Yes.
Look, and again, we've got my favourite Facebook, I think he's almost favourite Facebook assassin, Benny from Brighton.
Yes,
Benny Grottengood.
He loves you, TJ.
He loves me. He loves me a lot. Does TJ have a man crush on Les Burdett? Only a little one, Ben, but thanks for pointing out. That was one warm handshake there, TJ, and another great show, guys. Impressive debut by Marie. Well, Ben, thanks very much, mate, and best of luck in your next match.
We also had Janine Brown. She said, I totally agree, Ben. Another great show. So keep up your comments. Who else do we have, Jess?
Yeah, we had Christopher McCallion.
McCallion,
there
yes,
you go.
Yep.
Having mentioned my name a few times might cost a few beers. Or...
Well, I can tell you straight away, Christopher, it's going to be the 5th of April at your club, I can assure you, because I'm in Darwin on that day, mate. And he's actually got a Darwin bowls top for me, which I will wear in the next series of the show.
Looking forward to that. Looking forward to that.
Yep.
And Alison Saunders is also a fan because Christine Crabb was also starting our show last week.
Yeah, see, that's my lovely mother-in-law who does a lot for our family to keep it functioning on a day-to-day basis. Christine, hi, how are you going? And of course, her close friend Carol Trowbridge goes Stars.
Thanks for all your Facebook comments and likes. So great to hear what your feedback is. Keep them coming and we'll read them on our next show.
So guys, Bowls SA Award Night coming up on the May 6th at the Morphettville Function Centre.
Looking forward to it, TJ?
Absolutely, looking forward to it yet again. What a great function. Had a magnificent time last year.
Yep.
And look, you know, we're looking for those great award winners that we have every year. A packed house, fantastic location. Enjoy one another's company and we'll see who takes out Club of the Year, Coach of the Year.
Player of the Year, State Player of the Year. So many awards up for grabs.
And it all happens on that night. Nicole, you would have featured in one or two of these events?
Yep, I've been a part of a few when I was a trainee there. Did the PowerPoint slides. Yep. So it was great. Yeah, it's great to see the showcase of talent that Bowls does really bring through, especially in the younger players. Yep.
So if you're looking for a ticket there, contact Bowls SA. Details available on the website. So jump in now, secure your table, bring your friends along and enjoy the night. So guys, that's a wrap from Port Elliot.
What a beautiful location this is.
Absolutely. End of episode 16, 2 more to go.
And we'll be filming from down at Clarendon Bowling Club.
So look, from all of us here at Bowls Exposed, thanks for joining us for another week of Bowls Exposed from the lovely seaside resort that is Port Elliot. We'll see you next week.